guys, it's Cam coming back at you with more information on how to be a Pokemon collector. We've been doing this series of videos and we're going to continue doing them until they tell us to stop for new Pokemon collectors. People who are just getting into the hobby. So if you've been doing it for a while, this video may not be for you. At the same time, maybe you'll learn some things. Who knows? For those who are just getting into the hobby, this video is definitely for you. We've already gone over how to open a pack, what to look for in a pack, but we haven't talked too much about what a lot of people are interested in right now, which is the value of these cards. How is value determined? When you go to a store or you're dealing with somebody online or in person and you're trying to ascertain a value, how is it? Back in the day, they used to have magazines and guides that would put out prices, but frankly, by the time that ink hits paper today, it is way outdated. Stores like mine use a number of websites, use past sales, use our own determination and speculation and experience to determine the value of a card. It's always a good idea before going into any trade or any purchase situation to have an idea what a card is quote-unquote worth. The reality of it is anything is worth whatever someone else is willing to pay for it. To some people, a card may be worth $5. To others, maybe it's 10 or 15 or more or less. But there are some tools you can use that stores like mine and other stores and collectors use. Right now, this is really hard. There's a lot of volatility in the market. With that volatility in the market, prices can change by the day, by the week, by the hour. We have seen things skyrocket and we have seen things plummet. It's because of this, in fact, we rarely price cards that are over $10 anymore. We have a list, we know what that price is, when it was priced, but we also have the tools in front of us to be able to look it up and see if the market has shifted for better or for worse. We always want to try and give a fair deal. So without further ado, let me introduce you to a site that is at the top of every card collector's or trading card collector's vocabulary. It's on their phone. It is saved in their computer. They know to pull this up, and so should you, especially if you're a new collector trying to gauge the value of your collection or the worthwhileness of a trade. That site is none other than TCG Player. Let's have a look. So there we have it, TCG Player, tcgplayer.com. This is the place for people to buy and sell cards. It is basically like an eBay for trading card games, most notably Magic and Pokemon. So let's dive right in with an example. As you'll remember, one of the cards that we pulled from our first video and that we showcased again in our second video was the Orbeetle card from the Battle Styles. You'll remember that Orbeetle was a rare card. Let's take a look and see what TCG Player has to say. A lot of options came up, including what sets I can find Orbeetle in on the left-hand side, whether it's a sealed product or whether it's a card. These are all things people are selling. We have a lot of information that we can narrow down our search with. Set, energy type, rarity. In this case, there's not a lot of Orbeetles, so it's real easy to pick the card out right there in the beginning. You'll see here it's got Pokemon, it's got the set name, the card name, and right on the front it's going to tell you how many listings there are, as low as, and the market price. Market price is actually kind of the average of what we see the card selling for, or what TCG Player sees the card selling for. When you first go there, it reads everything off here that's on the card itself. What type of card it is it foil, is it normal? Listing median means, hey, when we take a look at everybody that's got it listed and we kind of divide it up, that's how much it's listed at. And again, the market price is, here's what we see it selling at. You'll see here that there's no results. It's because of my filters on my left-hand side. I was looking up another card before. Now that card just came out of a pack, and we'll talk about how to kind of grade the condition later. But we know that coming out of a pack, it's typically going to be somewhere near mint or lightly played. And we also know it is a hollow foil card, so we'll go ahead and narrow that down. And here we go. Here are the listings. This is what people can buy the card for on the open market. 23 cents, but one thing to always pay attention to is that shipping. So 23 plus 78, that's going to be $1.01. Plus, if there's tax. Of course, if you make a larger order for this, hey, you're going to get free shipping, so that goes out the window. Kind of gives us an idea of what we're looking for in terms of what people are asking for. And this is a good number to give us an idea. Hey, on average, people are paying about X for a card. Great. I do recommend that when you're looking at a card, before you go to make a trade, before you go to make a buy, use sites like TCG Player, or TCG Player specifically, as well as take a look at eBay. There will be a whole nother video on what eBay does and how it's different and how to look at it to kind of get an idea of value, not just for cards, but for other things. Understand that these are guidelines. You may find it for more, you may find it for less, you may find an even trade. When you're dealing with a business like mine, a brick and mortar store, there's all sorts of considerations we have to put into pricing the card. Someone had to go through it, someone had to catalog it, someone had to do the research on it. It's got to take up space. How many cards did I buy to get that one card? How many cards do I have still sitting there? Because of this, it can skew the price. Also, the fact of the matter is, unless you've got someone dedicated or multiple people dedicated to just staying on these sites and keeping track of everything, that prices can get outdated. Could be good for you. A card that was $1 a week ago could now be $5. Could be more. On the other hand, a card that was $5 2 weeks ago might only be $1 or $2 today. Listen, when you're dealing with a store like us here at Geeks Gambit, it behooves us to have those discussions with people who notice a card is at a different value and would like it at that newer, updated value. We can't keep track of everything. And if somebody approaches us with information or an offer, as long as it's reasonable, it's something that, it's in our best interest to listen and negotiate and work with you. But understand there's a lot more on the back end that goes into it. Lights, people's pay, again, how much are we spending to bring in collections? Is it worth it to just not sell the card? All sorts of things come into play. Keep that in mind. Be polite, be professional, just as if you were trading with someone off the street. Is it someone you want to continue to do business with? Is it someone you want to have an ongoing relationship with? And if so, just know what you're getting into. We do recommend that if parents have children that are collecting cards, they also get familiar with these apps, because one of the things we do recommend is that youngsters don't do their own trading. We have seen it over the decades. Someone trading away a very expensive card for an inexpensive card. And don't even get me started on the forgeries that are out there. That's coming up in an upcoming video. We will talk about that. So I want to take a minute and thank you all again for this very quick video on just kind of getting an idea what a value of a card is using TCG Player. Again, it's guidelines. It's not set in stone. All sorts of factors are at play. But at least this way, you're going in with a little bit of knowledge. Thanks again for watching our third video now on how to be a Pokemon collector. There will be more, and I guess it's time for the obligatory promo code, isn't it? Which way is it? Is it that way? It's going to be that way this time, probably. Use that to your heart's content for the trading card game online with Pokemon. We're going to give you more information and continuing videos. Until then, keep collecting, have fun, be safe. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. See you at Geeks Gambit soon.